Morning, everyone. I need your help. For the last 7-ish months, I've been talking about how I've been designing a better OTRAG. And I have. But I want to make sure I did this right. The last thing I want to do is, on December 23rd, upload my video, walk out on screen and say, I used this equation for tank wall thicknesses, and every comment goes, that's wrong. So for this, I need about 5 to 6 of you, hopefully, to review my design process, structures, propulsion, overall methods, and mindset, to look for any egregious errors, missteps, bad logic, and so on. And if you choose to do this, I will give you 3 things, aside from a big hug. One is going to be a draft paper of my design process for designing a better OTRAG. This will go over the different iterations, the different trade studies, but I'm not going to focus on all 96 propellant combinations and 870,912 possible OTRAGs. Instead, I will focus on using unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine as fuel with the possible oxidizers and the different configurations I've chosen. The reason for this is because hydrazine is well known and it meets several of my design criteria for passing and failing, so it's a good example to show my thought process. You will also get a spreadsheet, which has not been started yet, but I promise it'll be done by the end of August, that has the structural analysis, propulsion analysis, and the different rounds of the design study for you to play around with and discover that I am atrocious at making spreadsheets. Thirdly, you'll be getting a kind of a correction form where you just list out what's wrong with my paper and how to fix it. Now, for one thing, just want to make it clear, for this, I mostly used this book, Design of Liquid Propellant Rocket Engines, for my analysis and studies. If you use something else, please do tell me what it is, just as long as it's not proprietary, classified, or, something that'll land both of us in prison again. Oh, and I don't want to sound rude or mean in any way, but if you do volunteer to overlook this, I am expecting a commitment. Just saying, if you want to focus on something like structures or propulsion, feel free to say so. That'll be great. Just tell me. I just don't want to end up with 6 people volunteering. They're all excited. 2 weeks in, all but one gives up, and the one person who stays has a weird fixation on my structural analysis. Of course, this kind of commitment won't come for free. You'll be compensated. The first one, of course, will be you'll be named in the video as part of the OTRAG design team. I will mail you a certificate that says I designed a better OTRAG. I haven't figured out all the details of that yet, but you'll get one. And you will get a 3¼ inch high 3D printed OTRAG. This one isn't painted. It'll look more like this when it's done. So if this still does appeal to you, you want to help design a better OTRAG, email me. My email address is in the About section of the channel, pictured here. Just make OTRAG design the subject line. Just kind of say a little bit about yourself there. You want to help, any specific focuses you want to do, that sort of thing. If I don't reply, just email me again in 3 days because, okay, I've got to finish my paper. I've got a final to study for, and I have crippling social anxiety, but I'll get back to you. The paper itself won't be done till August 6th. Sorry, I just ran out of time, but I look forward to it. So for a quick timeline of events, kind of how I want to see this go, August we'll be getting people and sending out the study, including the spreadsheet. You don't need the spreadsheet for the study, but it helps. So August and September will be for reviewing. Of course, you can always correspond with me and ask me questions like, why can't you write? What are you doing here? What's wrong with you? That sort of thing. So in October, I can look through your comments and correct my analysis and argue with you on them. So I could finish the design in October, write the script in November, make my renders, and then film and upload in December. That's kind of the rough timeline. Also, this is a casting call. Have you ever dreamed of playing this is gonna get me canceled, third world dictator and been looking for the chance to? This is it. Owing to OTRAG's colorful history with dictatorships, Gaddafi and Mobutu, I'd like someone to play a dictator for the video. You won't be speaking any lines. You'll just appear on screen for at most a minute. And you'll be dressed as a dictator, which sounds like fun. I'll give you some suggestions of what I want, especially once I have a script written. The only requirements I really have if you want to play a dictator is you have to be over the age of 18. I don't really care about race or gender or any of that. Just that you can play a dictator effectively and you're over 18. I don't want you to wear anything politically inflammatory either, so keep the Hugo Boss in the closet, no hammers and sickles, that sort of thing. So if this appeals to you, email me. Again, my email address, OTRAG Dictator. This casting call is open till probably the end of October-ish. It's open if you want to do it. You'll be compensated the same way, so you get a certificate, you'll obviously be on screen, you'll get the little OTRAG, and I'll pay you $50 because, well, you'll be on screen compared to the other people who will just be listed as names. If you're up for it, if anyone wants to do this, this is your chance. If not, it'll just be me in a funny hat, I guess. And since I'm assuming this ended up sounding like word salad and is completely incomprehensible, I've made a community tab post for you all to read and to kind of outline kind of what I'm looking for, the timeline, that sort of thing. Let me see, is there anything else I need? August 6th, 7:03 to 7:04 p.m., I will be doing a live stream. What I will be doing is probably Kerbal Space Program. Be there or be normal. And again, if you want to do this, email me, OTRAGDesign, OTRAGDictator. Please don't stalk me.